All right, folks. Well, we are done with the Labour Party issue. Now let's go to the next story. You know, a by-election is an election held to fill an office that has become vacant between general elections. So by-elections in our country, as many as 16 federal and state constituencies and senatorial districts across 12 states. The by-election took place yesterday, the August the 16th. Now, the INEC, the requirements of INEC are that only persons whose names appear on the voter register and armed with a valid permanent voter card, PVC, would be allowed to cast a ballot with the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, used. As usual, party rivalries characterize the process. Results have started trickling in across the country. In Anambra State, for instance, INEC declared Ima Nwachukwu as the All Progressive Grand Alliance winner of the Anambra South senatorial by-election, called to replace late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Meanwhile, violence, we can tell you, violence, vote buying, and low voter participation marred the by-elections in states like Ogun, Kaduna, and Kano. Asukwa, are you surprised?
No, for the violence, I'm not surprised, especially that of Kano, because the last campaign that a political party, the last campaign, the number of youths that I saw with cutlasses in Kano, I was amazed. I was saying, is this another state? Is this a state?
Now hunting festival.
At some point I would look, this can't just be a campaign. With sticks, cutlasses, and they were all carrying it up and down, and they were saying it's campaign. So I knew that Kano was going to be a bit different from other states, because that of Kaduna was.
But this is only a by-election.
It's a by-election, but all the state governors are trying to hone that election to say that we are the owners of this state. Check from the by-election. There is no state. If, for instance, you are APC, most of the people who won, we are all APC members. In Anambra, APGA won. In Ogun State, it's APC. In Kaduna, it's APC. In Jigawa, it's the same thing. In which other? I think in Enugu.
Oyo State.
It was PDP.
Oyo State.
So if you look at Oyo State, it was PDP that won. So it means that the state governors took it as a project for them to make sure that whoever is coming is going to be on that ballot for them.
So as far as they are concerned, an election is an election is an election.
Yes, exactly. So whether it is by election, general election, this is how it's going to look like. So Nigerians shouldn't be surprised. It's just that unfortunately we had violence in some places, especially that of Kano. I saw some gory pictures of people.
Look at the picture on your screen.
These are the people that they arrested in Kano. Look at this. Look at cutlass. Look at sticks.
Guns and stuff.
On election day, for crying out loud. On election day. So, if we have this, what does it tell you about our election? This is just how many local governments.
But
this is how many local governments, and we are saying youth. Look at youth, the future of Nigeria. Look at them lying on the floor.
You would always ask, is this us?
It is not. This
us.
is not. Are we not the same? Am I not a youth? Are you guys? Okay, sorry. You're even in your 70s. So what you are saying is
I'm
that
an old youth.
Okay, you're old youth. Okay. What you are saying is that the politicians have made it look like this. That this is how we are. And we are not like this.
In a 21st century world.
And look at the young people, they are carrying cutlasses and sticks on election day, knowing that the only thing they need to do is just to allow people to go and vote who they want to represent them, either at the House of Assembly or at the Senate or House of Rep.
And when things go wrong, they don't talk about that fellow they voted in to be recalled.
No.
It doesn't matter
that is why anybody that gets there, the only thing the person first, does is is himself. He thinks about himself first, then later he comes back to his constituency and look for crumbs and give them. You understand? So we have to get to a position or a point whereby we take election as something that is very serious, because serious in the sense that anybody that I am going to vote for should be able to listen to me and be accountable to me. Yeah. Because they are going there to serve.
That's key.
You understand? But what we just have now is that people just, okay, this is the person that the governor or whoever the governor wants, and everybody will have to put himself there, and then they will start attacking and doing anything they like.
Well, now we are truly far away from home.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, because this mini election, it took place in 32 local governments, then 356 wards. Yeah. Polling booths about 6,987. So I think, and the registered voters about 3.5 million registered voters. So I noticed that there are major characteristics: vote buying, rigging of election, in spite of beavers and all that.
Second nature.
Instead of improvement in technology. Then there's also voters' apathy. And I think we should be worried about the silence of the majority. When Nigerians are beginning to be, look, I'm not interested in what they are doing.
What they are doing.
Majority of Nigerians, even right from 2023, how many people voted through the presidential election compared with the number of registered voters? It's not a good thing, because when the ocean is silent, there are a lot of turbulence underneath. So we need to, first of all, get our people to be interested in coming out to vote. It is the politicians that makes election and policy to be unattractive. And you now have a situation where good people of conscience, are running away from politics. So we have a culture where people want to win at all costs. All these men that we are seeing, those young boys,
win by all means.
They are sponsored by people, by politicians.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those cutlasses, most of them cannot even afford to buy cutlass, which is about maybe 2,000-3,000. But some people funded them, bought those things for them. If they have had that money, they would have used to buy food, because these are ordinary people on the street. So these actions, are sponsored actions by politicians. And I think the earlier, the better that we'll be able to address this issue. First, on the part of the politicians themselves, they have a very important role to play. That politics seeking power is not for yourself. You are there to go and serve the people. It's not to go there and just serve yourself.
Government exists for the benefit of the people.
Of the people.
Not the other way around.
And not the other way around. But the impression you are giving us that you want to win at all costs, because you are going there to make money, you are going there to build houses, you are not going there for us. So the federal government we need to see the moral authority of the federal government in this case. People that are arrested, let them be prosecuted. We are complaining about vote buying. We blame the electorates. But look, it is the politicians that bring the money to give them. Yeah. If we do it in any society, even in the US, start giving $100. Once there are no sanctions, people will collect the money. What happens here is that politicians bring that money, and the law enforcement agents look the other way. And then even when they are caught, nobody is prosecuted. They have arrested those young men, those innocent people. What about those who sponsor them? Some people are responsible for this sponsorship. We should not allow Nigeria to decline into a failed state. And the responsibility is all of us. But the government has the primary responsibility, because you are the custodian of law and order. If you don't impose law and order, everybody will just do things the way they like.
And government is supposed to have a monopoly of this violence. And
yes, you should be able to curtail. Yeah, you should have what they call intelligence gathering. You must be able to get information about what will happen tomorrow, and then arrest those people that that are coming. They know, they are aware that Enugu election. Look at what happened in Enugu the fourth time. That election could not hold because of one crisis or the other. How many 8 polling units with 4,000 voters? So what will happen in 2027 when people will be more desperate, more aggressive?
Meanwhile, Governor Ubah is proving his mettle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He's one of the best governors in this country. If not the best. So we have seen what he's doing. We are even wondering where he gets the money to do what he's doing. So if you don't have a transparent democratic process, you cannot have good governance. You cannot have sustainable development. You cannot have sustainable democracy.
Asukwa, punishing bad behavior be it electoral or civil, whatever, when you punish bad behavior, it will stop. But here we give the impression we are not ready to do that.
Yes, exactly. So
yeah, you have when you have those boys
who are their sponsors. So and
because they can't be acting alone.
Sometimes we used to say, "Oh, insecurity," and we spend billions of naira for insecurity. Do you know that there was a recent report that says about 6 million light arms are in the hands of non-state actors in Nigeria? Now, who brings these arms? Some of those arms are even brought by some people that we don't know. Maybe some politicians. They give these arms to people. After the election, where are those arms? Those arms are still with those guys who, at the end of the day, they become bandits, they become whatever, armed robbers, they become kidnappers. They live in the forest, and then at the end of the day, we are spending money to tackle insecurity.
Tie this to the discussion. Party rivalries, especially opposition parties and so on. At this election, you expected them to have made a statement, a cleaner statement, but they didn't.
That is true. And what we notice is that most political parties, even when they're in the opposition, they don't campaign. They only wait on the day of election. And then you want to win.
Exactly.
How many campaign trends do you see ahead of these elections, this primary election? People going from one place to the other, placing adverts in newspapers, placing adverts on television, talking to people, talking to teachers, talking to workers, talking to students, going to campuses. They don't campaign. They just believe in the rule of the might and then the rule of money, that once you have money, should be able to have your way. Because if you are able to campaign, then you must hope that your victory will be derived from principle, from your programs, from conviction of the people that are supposed to vote for you. So in the state where people are not campaigning, what are you going to have? You are going to have violence, because they are not even looking at the strength of the people as the source of their victory.
Because they believe that by the time...
so it's already clear from the beginning that...
Does this not tell you about 2027?
It's a signal about what may happen in 2027. And that's why we need to wake up. We still have enough time. Ekiti election is coming, I think followed by Osun, Anambra, Anambra is this November. We need to ensure that this... We have seen the signals now, so we need to do the right thing to ensure that this does not happen in subsequent elections. If you really want a country that everyone will be proud of, if you don't want a country that will be a laughing stock in the Committee of Nations, a country that will be proud of, you go everywhere you go, we are proud to show your green passport. And people will give you honor and respect and dignity. Not that they ask you to leave their country because they can't understand the way you run your affairs. So these things have a lot of implication on Nigerians all over the world. So they should give us a system that will command global respect.
Azuko, I'm wondering if we can look at party rivalries and so on, vis-a-vis the outcome of the election.
I don't know. Well, the party rivalries, most of them are either in the same political party. But because they could not get what they want, they move into another political party. And then the next thing they are telling you, they know the strategy that these people have. And that is always the case, or most times the case. If you look at the candidates, go deep down, you'll notice that they were in party A before they moved to. So the only thing is, let's try and outsmart my former party. It's not that there's a new person that is coming to come and no. So, and our political parties, we are forgotten completely about ideology now. So we are not even talking about ideology. Now we are talking about power. That is what our political parties are for now. They have forgotten ideology when we say, this one is a Democrat. Oh, this one is a Republican. Oh, this one, this one is a... You understand? We have forgotten about that one completely. Or those days of Awolowo that know that this one is a...
UPN.
Is a UPN, populist for the common man. And then MPN, that is for the conservative.
The parties in those days, they had what they call organizing secretary.
Completely out
organizing secretary were the ones that would go from one place to the organizing, moving from one rural area to the other. The UPN, an action group, another party did the same, had what they call summer school that was established at Ibadan, where members of the party would go for leadership training. And it was open to people from all over the world, from all over the country, people from the East, West, for leadership. How to build a party, how to run a party. When people have challenges in the area, problem of electricity, problem of roads and all, you need to be part of them. When they are waging a struggle in the local community, you need to join them so that you can be able to recruit them into your party.
And they pay dues.
Yes, they pay dues.
So there was a members of that party
at Ibadan, where people will go and spend 2-3 months. We bring lecturers from all over the world, from Ghana, everywhere, to teach you about leadership, about democracy, about discipline, about organization, about structure. So you had a party that was totally different. In this context, when they go to world meetings, what do they discuss there? Okay, somebody is bringing rice, somebody is bringing beans. They are not looking at, problem of electricity in your local area, problem of mosquitoes, what can we even contribute money to fumigate the environment?
Our ward.
Rape, insecurity, they are not addressing those issues at the world level.
All right, let's do some breakdown now. Anambra State, the seat vacated by late Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah was an APC chieftain in Anambra State. But an APGA politician has won the by-election. What does this tell you?
Well, the late politician, had a structure that was built around himself.
Okay.
So immediately you remove that figure, that structure will collapse. So
there is no continuity.
Yes, unless that structure was handed over to another person, then there will be continuity. And this is the problem with parties and structure that are not built around the people. So yes, if it was built around the people, I mean, you will not be when some politicians are no longer there and the party is still there, the party continues.
Exactly.
Republican Party, Labour Party, those who funded those parties are no longer there. But the ideas that they stood for remain evergreen.
Still there.
So when structures are built around individuals, this idea of tokenism, giving rights and all that, it's you that they know. The party doesn't mean anything to them. So when you move to another party, call the name Chop Make and Chop Party, they will follow you.
But you know,
because they know why they are following.
Yeah, but I'm surprised we are having this. In Second Republic, a little over 40 years ago, there was you had a party card, membership card. You paid dues. But now there is no such thing. Like that. Politicians, plutocrats, they and they take the day.
The money bags.
Shall we go to Oyo? Is there anything significant happening at Oyo?
No,
Oyo is supposed to be a PDP.
The PDP candidate also won. So we have not gotten to that level whereby we say another political. Like I told you, well, as far as the sitting governor is in that party, it will be difficult for any other party to take.
Sorry, we must take the caller who is reaching us from Lagos here. Hello, welcome, sir. How do you do? We have lost connection. I'm told. Better luck next time.
So it will be very difficult for another political party. So, back then, back in the days, because we are still very young then. I know that people who were in different political parties, for you to be a member, you must be a part and parcel of that party. You must have a card. You must pay dues. It is from that dues that we will now say that, okay, what is happening in this world, how people bring issues concerning their ward. Councillors these days, most of them, they say they are councillors in their ward, but they don't stay in that ward. All right. So local government chairmen say, they're in a particular local government. Their major house is not in that local government. They have their own in the capital. So by the time you see all these anomalies, this will continue to have this problem of violence, vote buying during the elections until Nigerians begin to see or we begin to put these people in check.
All right. I hear the gentleman who attempted to get us is back online. Mr. Ugoke, welcome, sir. Welcome. How are you? Are you there? Are you there? Mr. Ugoke, are you there? I don't think he's ready for us.
Good afternoon, all.
Okay, let's go.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
How are you? Good afternoon.
Go
Good
on.
afternoon.
I'm here. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let us go. Go on.
I want to speak about the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala comment on President
Oh, boy.
Bola Tinubu's economic reform.
We're
Good
listening.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Listening. Go on.
I want to talk about the...
Go
Ngozi
on. We heard
Okonjo-Iweala.
you. Go on. Go on.
Now, what I'm saying is this. He has advised the president to consider the poor. Not only the poor, many people are sick in Nigeria. And the drugs are so expensive now that the drugs I used to buy 2,005 before is now 18,000. And many people are dying as a result of inability to purchase their drugs. Please, I really want the president to consider what Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Yes, madam. We also join you. We said so here that Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala came and she told Mr. President the truth that he has stabilized the economy, but there is something else to do. Work on making life less troublous for the everyday Nigerian. We hear you. Wale, let's talk about by-elections.
Yeah.
Edo State, Governor Okpebolo vacated the seat at the Senate, but the by-election was won by an APC man. Are you surprised?
Well, I'm not surprised because that's the dynamics in that state. Strong indication that the APC will win that election. So I'm not surprised about what has happened there. However, I don't want us to jump into the fallacy of hasty conclusion.
Okay.
Now, what we have seen here would necessarily determine the overall outlook of 2027 election.
Yeah.
It may not be so.
Yeah.
Yes. So in areas where even the governor, like what happened in Oyo State and Ogun State, it's not an indication that because PDP has won in Osun or APC has won in Ogun, that they will automatically win. A lot of things will still happen between now. We still have more than 2 years, at least less than 2 years.
Exactly.
I think so. A lot of things will still happen depending on the capacity of the ruling party, and then the opposition, the tactics and strategy of both parties, and then the voting dynamics. A lot of things, a lot of changes will still come in. Global, local politics. So we are hoping that the other coming elections will be more peaceful, and that Nigerians will be given the opportunity to choose their leaders.
All right. Asukwa, are you able to hazard a guess what would have happened in Kano? You are looking at the NNPP and the other parties.
And the APC. In fact, it was like night and day, the result I saw. It wasn't...
at least based on the pictures we saw earlier.
No. I think that of the violence, I think, is... I knew something like that was going to happen in Kano. Don't forget that during the 2023 election, it was the NNPP that won, PP that won the presidential as well as the governorship election. And so far, the APC have been making inroads, even when they had the national chairman, Ganduje, as the national chairman. The APC, I was thinking that they were going to give the NNPP a run for their money. I think APC won one, I think, House of Rep or House Assembly in Kano. There's a particular place APC won in Kano.
Okay.
Yes. APC won one part. So don't forget the Deputy Senate President is also from Kano.
Sure.
So he was able to, muster some courage, for him to win a particular seat, Kano will always be like that. And just like Adeoye said, the dynamics will change. We still have 2 years.
But I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Suko, I'm surprised that Kano has degenerated. I'm looking at Bakinzo looking at Talakawa King. You know,
Abubakar Rimi.
The Abubakar Rimi's boss. What's his name?
Malam Aminu Kano.
Aminu Kano. You know, this is not Aminu Kano's Kano.
No, of course. You know.
So what would have happened?
Back then, I know Kano used to be very metropolitan.
Yes, peaceful.
Very peaceful, and then full of intellectuals. And when I want to talk about politics, it's Kano that you talk about. But right now, I don't know how it has degenerated that we are having youths carrying cutlass just because of election. You know,
Kano used to be the center of radical ideology in the whole of northern Nigeria.
Completely. Okay. But the political capital used to be in Kaduna.
Yes, led by Malam Aminu Kano.
Kaduna used to be the political capital.
They used to vote for progressive governments, usually different from the government at the center. And, they usually emphasize egalitarianism, freedom, the party of the Talakawas, Talakawas, so the sophistication of Kano politically is something else. Unfortunately, I think there is a decline, in these past years that you have a situation where you can't actually tell yourself, where is Kano going? Compared with the rich history of the political rich history. Then.
All right. We must take on another story, which we omitted earlier on. So let's go there.